heart. I was like, God, I might not have the things that other people have, but man, I know I've got a passport for a city whose maker and builder is God. I know I've been investing and putting bricks into that city. I know that there's a room for me in my Father's house. And I know you're proud of me, even though I don't necessarily have everything to show for it. And on that day, I had my second tipping point as a follower of Jesus, where I said, I'm all in. In England, we have a saying, in for a penny, in for a pound, which means, if you're going in for a little bit, you may as well give your everything. And I went that day in for a penny, in for a pound. And I signed up all over again to live for God. And he transformed me. If I was to liken that moment to a story in the Bible, I would liken it to Peter's second time where he was invited out of a boat. He'd already said yes to following Jesus. He'd already been on the mission field, quote unquote. But this time he was in a boat, in a storm, having a bit of a rotten time. And suddenly Jesus comes walking on the water in front of him. And the invitation comes to him again, come to me. And Peter, the wild one of all the disciples, he gets out of the boat and he walks to Jesus. And that was my second moment. That was me getting out the boat again and walking on water. And I want to tell you that not every, fleshly desire of my heart has come true in a way that I'd always need it to. But after that moment, I kept on going to the mission field. New doors opened up to new nations. Teams where I'd just been a team member now opened up for me to run the trips. I got involved in missions to a level that I hadn't done before. And while doing that, I met a beautiful girl who had spent the first part of her life doing exactly the same thing that I'd been doing. I didn't have a lot of things to be able to present to Tommy the day that he tricked me into eating mountain oysters. I don't have a nice house somewhere. I didn't have this or that or many credits to my name or whatever. But he could see my heart that matched the heart of his daughter. And I'm blessed that I probably married into the only family in the world that would have me, which brought me here, which is why I'm here today. But I just want to speak of God's goodness in all of it. And I just want to say that whatever your story is, if you are the redeemed, speak out. If you are the redeemed, then you're invited out of the boat to join the family business of God today. Remember who your boss is. He is kind, he is patient, and he did not hire you for your good looks or your talents. He hired you because he loves you. He hired you because he made you and formed you in your mother's womb. And even though we struggle to believe in ourselves, somehow he believes in us far beyond what we could ever see and far beyond even what our earthly parents might see in us. You guys here today are so qualified to do the job of sharing your story. A, because you're you and no one else has your story. B, because you're redeemed. And your story only has to be about the Redeemer. It doesn't have to be about anything else.